wondering what the creature was that bo-katan saw in the water at the end of The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, Chapter 18, The Mines of Mandalore? Well, that is none other than the Mythosaur. Mythosaurs are giant, massive dragon-looking creatures that were native to the world of Mandalore. Their first appearance was technically as an armor sigil on Boba Fett's armor in The Empire Strikes Back, but they continued to be referenced and fleshed out as a symbol across Mandalorian history in Star Wars Legends. In Star Wars Legends, mythosaurs were said to have been the only creatures to roam Mandalore's surface until the Tong arrived around 7000 BBY. The Tong, led by Mandalore I, led a campaign against the great mythosaurs, his warriors using axes and swords to slaughter the gigantic beasts in a test of their own skill. They eventually drove the creatures to extinction. After the extinction of the mythosaurs, the Tong assumed the name the Mandalorians, meaning children of Mandalore, and renamed the conquered world Mandalore in honor of their leader. Even after their extinction, the mythosaurs continued to be legendary figures amongst Mandalorian mythology. Their calcified bones were used by ancient Mandalorians to construct deadly weapons like mythosaur axes, often considered a ceremonial weapon, and were used by Mandalorian crusaders. The rigid bone of a mythosaur's sternum was taken from one of the slain creature's hearts, and was carved into a ceremonial mask for Mandalore I. The mask was later passed down for generations, worn by each of the succeeding claimants to the title Mandalore. In Legends, the last known Mandalorian to wear this mask was the soldier Canderous Ordo, who was one of the companion characters in Knights of the Old Republic and was also featured in the novel Revan. His designation was Mandalore the Preserver. In canon, the mythosaurs were given the same depiction as Legends and were given a pretty similar history. Although we don't know as much about the mythosaurs' past as we do in Legends, the Mandalorian gives us information about the mythosaur's lair being located in the Mines of Mandalore, as we see in this episode. In canon, as opposed to Legends, they were allegedly tamed and ridden by Mandalore the Great and the ancient Mandalorians rather than being hunted for sport. They were, however, believed to have gone extinct before the Mandalorian cataclysm, although as we see here, at least one mythosaur has survived and is living in the living waters during the time of the New Republic. In The Mandalorian, the armorer mentions a prophecy saying the songs of eons past foretold of the mythosaur rising up to herald a new age of Mandalore. It seems that this prophecy is fulfilled in Chapter 18, and if the indications of the episode are to be believed, it seems that Din Djarin is the one chosen by the mythosaur to be the next Mandalore, and hopefully he will be the first character in canon that we have seen outside of Mandalore the Great that will assume the name the Mandalore. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to this channel. There are going to be a lot more lore videos coming for Star Wars as well as many other fantasy franchises throughout the year on my channel. So if you want all that content, make sure you're subscribed. If you're interested in Star Wars books, I've been doing Star Wars canon and Legends timelines, and I also have coming up my recommendations for those of you trying to get started in Star Wars canon or Legends novels. I also have a tier list for the Rocky and Creed movies coming out where I rank all of those. Comment below and let me know what you thought of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.